Hey there, it's Davin Michaels, founder and CEO of 123Employee, and I want to welcome you to this Hangout. This is a preview Hangout, the first preview Hangout for our next event, Beyond Marketing Live, which is taking place October 17th, 18th, and 19th at the Westin LAX. And today I'm joined by our Vice President of 123Employee, Bijal Palmer. Hey, Bijal.
Hey there, Davin. How's it going?
Good. Where are you at today in the world?
I am in the UK right now.
All right, you're there for your mom's birthday, right?
Yeah, it's actually coming up tomorrow. So while I'm on this hangout, the family is putting up the gazebo and getting all the tables ready. So it's going to be a fun day tomorrow. We're expecting about 100 guests tomorrow. It's her 70th birthday.
Wow, that's a milestone, and she's in great shape. So congratulations. Make sure to congratulate her on my behalf.
I will do
And
that.
all right, cool. So I want to welcome you all to the Hangout. We're going to keep this nice and short. We know that your time is valuable, and I wouldn't request some of your time if we weren't going to make this incredibly valuable for you. So we'll keep it very short, maybe 20, 30 minutes max. And this is a preview Hangout where I'll share with you just some of the trainings that I'll be sharing with you live at the event on how to generate unlimited leads for life in your business. When you attend Beyond Marketing Live, come for all 3 days, you will get so many tools and resources that if you do nothing, you just go home, you'll have the tools to generate unlimited leads for life in your business. And Bijal, you and I have the privilege of speaking on stages all over the globe to entrepreneurs just like you here on the Hangout. And we always ask entrepreneurs, what's the biggest challenge you face in your business? And without exception, we receive a myriad of different responses, but it really always comes down to two major responses. One is time. Time is a precious commodity. It's something that we certainly cannot buy no matter how much money we're making. And the other is the need for leads, the need for more business rolling in through the door. And our contention is that if you have business coming in through the door, if you have tons of money flowing into your bank account, then you can pretty much buy yourself out of any other challenge you might encounter for the most part. And so at Beyond Marketing Live, we're going to show you the latest and greatest in marketing because we have the privilege of not only having probably a combined 50 years of marketing experience, but more than that, we have the privilege of servicing some of the biggest thought leaders and gurus in that space. And we know how to do all this stuff, and we're the best at it because we do it all for them. And so we get to sort of pull back the curtain and show you exactly how to do all this stuff. And then we're going to show you how to outsource and delegate it all because, hey, you've got better things to do. You've got to grow your business, be the CEO of your company, and just enjoy the fruits of your labor. So we're going to show you how to outsource and delegate that as well so you can live your ideal life. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a PowerPoint up here real quick. And let's see, there we go. Okay, and Bijal, I presume you can all see a full screen there?
Actually, right now I can just see you, Davin.
Ah, just me. Well, that's not good. Let's see. How about now?
It's
Let's try
still
that.
your pretty face.
All right, let's try that again. Still the
Now
same, huh?
oh, here we go. Yep, we've got it
Yeah?
now. We're
Okay,
good.
good. Now, I presume you're not seeing it in full screen, correct?
Not yet.
All right, and how about now?
And now it's switched back to you.
Ah, interesting. So when I switch into full screen, it switches back to me. Okay. In that case, let me try playing around with the preferences for 1 sec. I presume you're seeing it not in full screen right now, correct?
No, I'm seeing you right now.
Oh, just me again, huh? All right, so let me try something here. Jump into preferences. Hmm. All right, and now you're seeing me again, correct?
Correct.
Well, that's a problem. Okay, let's see. Let me try one more thing here. Oh, maybe if I do this. How about this? that doesn't work at all. Okay, let's try. Maybe if I just share my desktop. How about now?
Right. Yes, I see it now. Yep.
All right, that'll work. Okay, cool. All right, so this is what happens when we go live. And by the way, we actually kind of did this live private. Bijal, you and I are both traveling all over the globe. We're kind of globe-trotting right now. And so rather than trying to schedule this, we figured we would just sort of pre-record it for you all. Okay, so let's go ahead and tell you about the event, and then I'll share just one of the strategies that I'll be sharing with you live and in person at Beyond Marketing Live. So I do want to tell you, we are, of course, we're marketers, so we're always creating ethical bribes, and we're going to have an ethical bribe for you to actually show up and attend the event. So if you come to the event, stay all 3 days, you will get a month of virtual assistant services at 123Employee valued at $546. It's pretty cool. And here's how it works. Attend the first day. Just stay till the end of day one. We'll be scanning you in and out as you come in and out through the doors. And we'll give you a week of free virtual assistant services at 123Employee with a virtual assistant who can do whatever you need during that time. If you stay to the end of day two, we'll give you 2 weeks of service. And if you stay for all 3 days, we'll give you 1 month of free virtual assistant services valued at $546. So that's pretty cool. The event is taking place October 17th, 18th, and 19th. That's a Friday and Saturday, Sunday. And that is at the Westin LAX. To make your room reservation, just give them a buzz at 310-216-5858 and tell them that you're attending Beyond Marketing Live to get our discounted, our negotiated room rate. Make sure to do that right away. Those rooms are, that room block discount is about to expire. Now keep in mind, you can always make the reservation, and if you for some reason can't make the event, you can always cancel it. There's no penalty, but if you want to get the negotiated discount, you want to book it now. And you may or may not be able to find better deals here and there, probably not, but even if you can, I would caution you and recommend that you actually stay at the hotel, because that's where all the action is. We have a lot of fun. We do all kinds of great, exciting things in the evening, and we'll tell you more about that. And so you're going to want to be at the event. That's just where the best networking is. So you want to stay there. Also, you can go to beyondmarketinglive.com/hotels. And you can also book online. And if that link doesn't work, I'm pretty sure that's it, but if it doesn't, it's beyondmarketinglive.com/hotel. I always get the plural and the singular mixed up, but I think it's hotel. So beyondmarketinglive.com/hotels, or if that doesn't work, hotel, and you can get yourself all booked up. Okay, also just a quick note that if you are a Gmail web-based user and you've registered for the event, Gmail, as you know, a while ago changed their platform. They added that elegant little tab up top that says Primary, Social, and Promotions, and you may find that our emails are going into your Promotions tab, so check that out. If they are, make sure to drag them to your Primary tab and then hit Accept. That way we can keep you abreast of all the details leading up to the event. Very important. All right, there you go. Okay, so go ahead and grab a pen and paper. I am going to share an awesome strategy with you, and this will be just one strategy I'll be sharing at the event. This will generate unlimited leads for life in your business. That's right. I'm going to show you how it works right now. And we use a multi-channel, or we utilize a multi-channel approach to our marketing, and we do everything. And but now we're going to talk about utilizing LinkedIn. And my guess is that if you're watching this Hangout, you are a LinkedIn member, that you have a LinkedIn account. But the odds are very good that you're underutilizing LinkedIn. We find that most entrepreneurs underutilize LinkedIn. If utilized,
just add in here a quick we know everyone's time is really valuable, and even when people are going to an event, people ask themselves, is it going to be worth my time? And when we were planning which hangouts to do, what to share with you folks before the event, we wanted to give you some key strategies that will prove to you the value of spending 3 days with us. And this is one of those strategies, is you can take what you're going to learn in the next 20, 30 minutes here and start applying this, and it's going to pay for itself 10 times over. So do pay attention, and sorry to interrupt, Darren.
No, I appreciate you making that point, B. So let's talk about how to become a center of influence on LinkedIn. And I'm going to share several different strategies for LinkedIn at the event, but this is just one of them. And sure, that sounds cool to become a center of influence, but the benefit is that we're going to show you how to create an instant list in LinkedIn and then how to instantly be able to market to these people on LinkedIn. Very powerful strategy here. So here we go. So first of all, why LinkedIn? Well, here are some stats I pulled down off of Quoncast, and I actually pulled these down quite a while ago, so I'm sure the number is quite higher. But at the time, there were over 53 million people on LinkedIn, and that's incredible, especially if you're in the B2B vertical or niche. Actually, it's not a vertical. And so why LinkedIn? Well, LinkedIn has some of the greatest prospects on the planet. The average age, the number one age, is 45 to 54, and these are the people with established businesses or established people. They have money to spend. In addition to that, their average income is over 150K, or at least that's the number one sector. Second is 100 to 150, which is fantastic. And the largest sector also has grad school under their belt, and the second largest has college. So very successful people, the people you want to network with and get onto your list. So very good stuff. So what you want to make sure you do is make sure you fill out your profile to 100%. A lot of people let that slide. There's a wizard that walks you through it, and you want to have a 100% profile. For this strategy, you actually don't have to do that, but it's always just a good practice to do that. So make sure you do. Okay, and here's a guy that you certainly want to network with in LinkedIn. Why? Because he's a cool guy. And if you go to linkedin.com/in/Davin Michaels, then you can join me in my network. And I highly suggest you do, but not just because I'm a cool guy. I have a second reason for you, and that is if you look at this page, matter of fact, Bajal, would you say that this looks like a regular LinkedIn page?
Yep.
Yeah, it does, definitely. And what else does it look like, Bijal?
Well, I have the inside information, so it's become a lot more Facebooky. But I think as people start to look at your profile, they'll see that it reads a very certain way.
Yeah, that's right. And so the point I wanted to make is that, yes, this looks very much like Facebook, and that's because quite a while ago, maybe about a year ago, LinkedIn changed their look and copied Facebook. But besides that, like you said, Bijal, it's the content in here that's very important. And if you click into my page, you'll notice that what is this page, if you read it, it actually reads like a sales page, which is pretty cool. And if you're not familiar with the sales page, you probably are and you just don't know it. So there's two types of websites out there, right? There's a regular website that's pretty, that has tabs across the top, and then there's what is called a sales page. And a sales page is one long page, and it's got a ton of copy and videos and testimonials and a big fat button at the bottom that says buy now. And what do you do when you see that button? You click it and you buy now, and that's because it's compelling, and that's what a sales page is. So if you read through this, two things have happened here. One is we've SEO'd it so that it gets picked up on the right searches. When people are looking for outsourcing, they come to us. But in addition to that, it reads like a sales page. Now, the way this came to pass is I have a great friend. His name is Greg Wells. And Greg is a super bright guy. And his niche, he works with unemployed people. And if you think about that for a minute, you probably figure, well, that's not a very good niche. They don't have any money. But he actually works with unemployed executives and people that are in transition. And those people do have money. They're just in transition and they like to work smart. And so he has a service where he'll pimp out, if you will, he'll pimp out their Facebook page in two processes. One, he'll do the SEO on it. So if a potential employer is looking for you as an employee, they'll find you, and then he pimps out the page. So once they get there, they're like, "Wow, this guy should come in for an interview." So smart guy, and I'm going to give you sort of a strategy within a strategy here. So when Greg was starting his business, he was like, I need a lot of business. He does this on webinars, by the way. So he does a webinar each week. He charges $400 for the service, and he takes in about $100,000 a month, which is pretty good, right? I mean, and he doesn't have a lot of overhead. I'm sure you'd like to know how to do that. So let me tell you how he did do it. So when he got started, he started thinking, he said, where are my prospects hanging out? I want to go fishing where they're hanging out. And so if you think about this for a minute, he wants to work with unemployed executives. Where are those guys hanging out? Well, they're hanging out on job boards, aren't they? Like Monster and Jobs.com and so on and so forth. So he took a look at those websites, and he looked at it. He said he figured. Bijal, go ahead and mute out too. I'm picking up some background noise. So he started looking at that, and he said, um, like he said, where are these guys hanging out? So the job boards and so on and so forth. And then he started looking at those pages, and he wanted to figure out, he knew what the company's monetization strategies are, of course, that's obvious, but he wanted to figure out what their on-page monetization strategies were. In other words, how were they generating money with their online properties. And he looked around and he could see that they had AdSense ads running, which is Google AdSense ads. So he figured that from AdSense ads, these are highly trafficked sites, they're probably making a couple $1,000 a month. And so he reached out to them. He said, hey, listen, I figure you're making a couple $1,000 a month right now. He said, why don't we do a test? We'll replace those AdSense ads with my banners for my webinar. He said, we'll make you an affiliate, and potentially you could probably make about $10,000 a month or more. And so they decided to give it a shot. Today those sites are making 10, 20 grand a month, and Greg has unlimited business coming in the door. Now the reason why I want to share this strategy within a strategy for you is because, is this something you could do? And the answer is absolutely. My guess is you could easily figure out where your prospects are hanging out. And then could you find the person or people with web properties that are highly trafficked in that niche? Well, I think you could. And then could you, offer them something to run your banner or what have you? So you absolutely could. So that's a great strategy within a strategy. And so Greg, he does this for unemployed executives, but he can also do it for business. But he never really got around to marketing that because he's making enough money and he's having a lot of fun. He likes to travel the globe. He and I were hanging out in the Caribbean the other day, just chilling out, and so I don't think he needs the extra money. So, anyways, he has the ability to offer this service for businesses. He never really did it. I used to give out his information. He would do it as a favor for friends, but he's not even doing that anymore. So, what can you do? Well, friend me, take a look at my page. And of course, don't copy or plagiarize because it wouldn't make sense for your business, but you can certainly use that template for your own business. Is that something you have to do for this strategy? Actually, you don't, but it will certainly just help you and get a higher result. Okay, so to move on to this strategy. So how do we become a center of influence on LinkedIn and use it to grow an immediate list and market to that list? And by the way, a question for you, is having a list in your business important? Is having a list in your business important? And I'm sure you're nodding your head, yes, it's vitally important. They say that your list is your life, right? Or the goal is in your list. You want to have a big, fat list. And we meet so many entrepreneurs that they know they need it, but they don't have it. And so I'm going to show you in this strategy in the next few minutes how to create an instant list and mail to them. How does that sound? Okay, so here's how we're going to do it. What we're going to do is you're going to log into your LinkedIn account and you're going to click on groups. Now you can create up to 10 groups in LinkedIn. And each group can have subgroups as well. And you can have a total of 10 groups and 20 subgroups. And a subgroup is basically just like a group. So think of it as basically having 30 groups in LinkedIn. Okay? All right, so we're going to create our first group, and then you're going to eventually create a total of 30. Now you can have your virtual assistants do this, and we'll show you how to do it at the event. But we'll just start with one for now. So you're going to click on Create a Group. Very simple. And then you're going to upload a logo. You're going to need to have a logo for the group. Try to come up with something pretty cool. If you can't do it on your own, just have a graphic artist do it for you or a virtual assistant. And then you are going to name the group. Now, a couple things you need to know. First of all, there's a lot of LinkedIn groups, so it's hard to come up with a clever name, so you have to do a little bit of work on that. Also, it's very important that the name of your group, excuse me, the name of your group reflects what your group is. Okay, it's vitally important. The reason why is because when you go to invite people to the group, LinkedIn has a templatized invite, and you can't modify it. So you can't add, you can't give more information, and so as a result, you've got to have a great name, a name that signifies what the group is. So if somebody reads it, they know. So here's an example: a dental professionals marketing ideas group. Okay, makes sense. You know that if you're a dentist, this is certainly something that would be right up your alley. You'd want to be in this group. Okay, so then you'll choose a group type. For most people on this Hangout, it'll be a professional group, maybe a nonprofit group, or potentially a corporate group. But go ahead and pick your group type. And then you're going to enter a brief description about your group and its purpose. In this example, I said dental professionals sharing marketing ideas on how to attract new patients to their practice. And by the way, if you want to be in one of my groups, we've just started a new group recently, and it's called Davin Michaels Marketing on Steroids. DAVEN MICHAELS Marketing on Steroids. And if you join that group, you'll get a weekly tip from me or information or training, and I'm sure you'll really like it and find it very valuable. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put in a slightly longer description. And so in this example, I did dental professionals sharing marketing ideas on how to attract new patients to their practice. Please introduce yourself to the group. Okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to put a website and your email. So this is what I suggest you do. I suggest you create a separate page on your website, or if you don't have a website, like a new page. And what we're going to do is we are going to offer an ethical bribe to anybody that joins your group. Now, if you're watching this Hangout, you've probably received a friend request before, or a group request. And the odds are pretty good you probably just joined. But if somebody was offering you a great gift, or what we call an initial exchange, to get people to join the group, then you would have an even higher result. And so we suggest create a page and give away something free. Now, in this example, this was a marketing group for dentists. So I could give away my book on how to market your dental practice. But what if I didn't have a book? You know, what could I do then? Bijal, matter of fact, let me ask you. So what would I do if I didn't have a book or an ethical bribe? And you're muted, by the way.
So yeah, I just came off mute.
Yeah.
Well, I would look for something of value that I could give away to the group members, and see if there's any what I would call PLR, which is private label right products out there that I could tailor to my group and brand as my own.
I think that's a great idea. So let's talk about PLR for a minute, because if you're watching this Hangout, you may not know what PLR is. So PLR is private label rights, and these are people that have created products simply to publish them, basically to license them, if you will. And you could literally type in dentist marketing PLR material in Google, and you'll find stuff. And you'll pay a nominal licensing fee. It's literally like, $9 a month or $10 one time or something like that. It's not a lot of money. And then you can get this content and repurpose it, rebrand it with your own branding, and now you have an ethical bribe to give away. How do you like that? Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool, huh, B?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Davin, I mean, there was a time when you get away with like a free report or a newsletter, but honestly speaking, that's just not enough these days. And even I would say even just having an ebook by itself is not enough. So you may have to kind of club 2-3 things together. I would say 3 things, and that's what we do to create the value. You really people aren't willing to just give away their emails willy nilly these days. They really look to see what you're giving away for free, and if it's even worth their time to opt in.
And I agree with you that I agree with you, Bijal, on that. When it comes to marketing on a website, I think that for LinkedIn here, you could certainly get away with one item. It's not a big deal. Yeah, because people are pretty motivated to join the group anyways. They don't really mind. It's not obtrusive. They don't really care that much. So sure, if you can stack some bonuses, great. But if you can only come up with one, that's totally fine. Okay, so then you're going to have that website, and you're going to put that in there, and then you're going to put in your email. Okay, and then you've got an option here. And the option is when people join the group, you can have them automatically accepted into the group. Hey, B, go ahead and mute out too there. When people join the group, they can be automatically accepted into the group, or you can select request to join, which means you have to manually approve people. Now, if you think about this for a minute, what do you think is the best way to go? Well, if you're watching this, my guess is it goes 50-50, but most people usually think, well, auto join's the easiest because you don't have to do anything, and I agree with you. But there may be situations and times when you actually want to go with a manual acceptance into the group, and let me explain when you might want to do this. If you're watching this and you have a business, and maybe you have a local business, I find that one of the biggest challenges for local business owners is gatekeepers. Okay, so you may do business with a certain type of business, and if they're more than one employee, they have a gatekeeper, and it's hard to get past the gatekeeper. Let me give you an example. So in this example, I use dentists. Well, almost every dentist has a receptionist, and good luck getting past the receptionist. The receptionist is trained to deflect sales calls, right? Or here's an example. Let's say you're a local business marketer. You've got a tremendous service that you can offer all these local businesses to show them how to, put their businesses on Google, but you can't reach them because somebody else is picking up the phone. There's gatekeepers. Well, you can actually use this as a tool to open those doors. So let me show you how. So let's say we set this to manual and we put request to join. So now a dentist joins the group. You or potentially and preferably your virtual assistant can pick up they'll receive the request, they'll pick up the phone, they'll call the dentist's office and say, hey, I'm calling for Dr. Johnson, and he just requested admittance into our dental marketing group, and I was just calling to go over the rules with him real quick and get him all set. And guess what? You're speaking to the dentist. So this can be a tremendously valuable tool if you use it strategically in your marketing. So I'll let you make the choice if you want to go auto join or request to join. Okay, so then you'll have the option to turn on Twitter announcements. So when you make an announcement to the group, it tweets it out. Why not? Might as well do that. And then you have the option of creating an open group or creating a members-only group. And for the sake of this demonstration, this training, we're going to create a members-only group. Now at this point, you actually have the option to start sending out connections. You can basically upload connections and send out invitations, but we're not going to do that just yet. You're going to click on skip this step. Okay? And once you click skip this step, it'll take you to a place to post, and you'll add a post to your group. This will be basically the first post. So you just want to put a post in here to get people talking. So mine says, what's your most effective way to attract new patients to your practice? Okay, very simple. And then you're going to click on manage. Okay? And once you click on manage, you're going to click on templates. And then you're going to create your welcome message. This will be the autoresponder message that people will receive when they first join the group. And I created one like this. So it says, the subject line is welcome to our group. And then I said, thanks for joining. Get your free report on how to generate 10 new leads for your dental practice every week for free using simple tools on the internet. Get it here, and I put that same page I put in earlier. And this way, if they didn't pick up the free stuff last time, they can come pick up the free stuff this time. And here's a question for you. Are you going to have an opt-in box on that page? And the answer is I hope so, because you want to get people on your list. You want them in social media, and you want them on your list. And this is a list building strategy within a strategy right here. You want to have them on both. So get them on your email list. And here's the way. Then you're going to click Enable Auto Send. That way it's done automatically when they sign up. Okay, and now you're going to click on Send Invitations. And that'll bring out this box, and this is where you upload email addresses to send invitations to. Now, these can be people that are on your list, if you like, but they can be on lists that you purchase from other people. Interesting, huh? So uploading it is very simple. You upload it as a CSV file. You just hit browse and then upload the file. So let's talk about this. So if it doesn't just have to be our own list, if we can go out and purchase lists and upload them and send out invitations, well, let's talk about how to get those lists. So one of the ways we can do it, of course, is Google. We can find people selling that data on Google. And if we just simply Google dentist mailing lists or doctor mailing lists or lawyers mailing lists, well, we probably want to go email lists, but either way, usually they'll have both. Or, ice cream stores email lists or whatever. Okay, you can just Google it. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is Fiverr. Now, if you haven't heard of Fiverr before, you're going to hate me because it is the most awesome service in the world. I can't go on Fiverr because I spend too much money. But let me tell you about Fiverr if you don't know about it, and you probably do. But Fiverr, it has probably 100,000 vendors that will do stuff for you for $5. They'll do anything for $5. They'll do a I don't know, a testimonial for you for $5. They'll edit your video for you for $5. They'll write the name of your company on their forehead and deliver a speech for $5. They'll wear a sign around their neck with your company's name and do a tap dance for $5. They'll do anything. It's amazing. And one of the other things they'll do for $5 is they'll sell you lists. And these lists are actually normally not pulled from databases. They're actually parsed from the internet. But I actually like this data. And here's a question for you. And by the way, let's talk about buying lists. When it comes to buying lists, this is my rule. My rule is don't spend a lot of money. And the reason why is there are data suppliers everywhere. There are so many data suppliers. Many of them are not reputable. Others are. And many charge a lot of money, and others don't. And so if you don't know if the data you're going to get is going to be good or not, then just buy cheap data so you have a very low risk. And so here's a question for you. I typed in dentist mailing lists on Fiverr, and look what came up. 180,000 U.S. dentists for $5. So let me ask you a question. Would you pay $5 for a list of 180,000? Of course you would, in a heartbeat. And what if the list was bad? Well, who cares? Who cares? For $5, who cares? But let me tell you this. I'm going to say that the data is not bad. And the reason why is that Fiverr is self-governed, basically. It's self-graded. And so people rate the work. And as you can see here, this person has 100% approval rating. Now, granted, this person only has 14 votes, so technically they could have bought the rating for about, what, 90 bucks? 70 bucks they could have bought the rating. But the odds are they didn't. And, you know, you'll find other people that have higher ratings here. But I would certainly buy this list for $5. I would do it all day long. This is just tremendous. Okay, so let me give you a couple other ideas for buying data as well. So if you go to Google, you can type in dentist mailing list or dentist email list, and you'll find a bunch of data suppliers. So the first rule of thumb is don't spend a lot of money. Second rule of thumb is that most data suppliers, if they're reputable, they're going to give you a sample of the list so you can take a look at it. And here's a question for you. If you got a list sample, could you eyeball that list and determine whether or not the data is good or bad? So that's a question for you. Could you? Well, I would have to say yes and no. I mean, obviously you don't know how current the information is by looking at it, but I believe by eyeballing it, I have a pretty good idea if the data is decent or not. And here's why. It's true that today the world uses web-based email. So you're going to see lots of Yahoo, Hotmail, MSN, Gmail, so on and so forth. But if it's a true business list, you should see, at least in this scenario, you should see like John Smith at brightsmiles.com, Lisa at More Smiles for You, John at XYZ Dentistry. And if you see that sprinkled to the list, I'm going to say the odds are very good the data is pretty good. So remember, don't spend a lot of money and get a sample first. Okay, so now you have data. You have a list. You didn't have a list before, but you can't do anything with it yet. But what you can do is you can send invitations. So let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload those lists, and that will send invitations. And now people will join your group. And now you've got a bunch of people in your group. Okay. Now remember, you can have up to 20,000 people in your group or subgroup. So just put that in perspective, up to 10 groups and 20 subgroups, that's 600,000 invites. That's right, you can invite over 500,000 people to your groups. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a pretty big number to me. Okay, so it gets even better. And this is where it gets really good. Once a week, you can send out an email to all those people that are now in your group. Now that's pretty powerful for a couple of different reasons. One is LinkedIn is a trusted source. They have 99.9% deliverability. I guarantee you, no matter what emailing solution you're using, you do not have 99.9% deliverability rate. It doesn't exist. But LinkedIn has it. Facebook has it. It's unbelievable. Okay? So first of all your stuff's going to get inboxed. Now what's amazing is once a week you can email your new list. So you have instant list and you have an email service to mail it out, and you've got almost 100% deliverability. And Bijal, I have a question for you, and that is, obviously this is a very powerful strategy. How much does it cost?
Well, in some ways it's actually free.
It
Now
is
it
free.
is going to cost you, in terms of a little bit of time, but it's going to pay for itself a gazillion times over. It's probably one of
That's right.
the least expensive, or least costly strategies out there. It works, and you're not technically spending a penny to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's free. Because LinkedIn allows you to do this absolutely free. I don't know if they're going to let you do it forever for free, so you certainly want to jump on the strategy now. But yes, that's exactly right. This is free. It's free to create groups on LinkedIn. It is free to mail them once a week, and your stuff's going to get inbox. It's pretty amazing. And could you do this over and over again? Could you have 5 accounts with 30 subgroups, 30 groups and subgroups apiece? You can. Is that against LinkedIn's practices? That is actually having multiple accounts. But people do it. I don't have a problem with it. Anyways, but the groups and subgroups thing is totally legit and totally acceptable within LinkedIn's policies and procedures. So this is unbelievable, and I'm always amazed at how few people actually take advantage of this. And I think it's just because people don't know. Now, here's a question: is this something you should adopt in your business? Absolutely. Tomorrow you should adopt it. But is it something you should be doing personally in your business? Like, should you be doing all the steps on your own? And I'd say no, your time is better spent. This is below your pay grade. And at the event, at Beyond Marketing Live, we'll show you not only how to do this strategy step by step, but how to outsource and delegate it so that you can focus on the IGAs, or income generating activities in your business, rather than the marketing and minutia. Okay. All right. So once again, I just want to let you know that when you come to Beyond Marketing Live, we have a awesome ethical bribe for you, and that is a $546 value, getting a month of free virtual assistant services at 123Employee when you attend the event. There's no charge for that. It's totally free. And why would we do that? Why would we do that? Why would we offer you this ethical bribe to come to an event where we're going to train you even more? We're not going to sell you stuff. We're going to train you. Why would you do that? Why would we do that? Well, the reason why is we want to get you hooked. We know that once we teach you all this stuff, we've learned over the years that a better educated client is a more successful client. Once we teach you all this stuff, then you're probably going to end up wanting to work with us, and we love that, and that's what we want you to do. So attend the first day, stay all day long, and we'll give you a week of free virtual assistant services at 123. Stay to the end of day 2. We'll give you 2 weeks of service absolutely free. Stay to the end of 3, and we'll give you a month of free virtual assistant services valued at $546. And also, we just decided yesterday we're going to be giving away some Nooks, some Barnes & Noble Nooks, and you'll get these for being in attendance at the event as well. And just to recap once again, the event is coming up at the Westin LAX, October 17th, 18th, and 19th. October 2014. And to make your room reservations, call 310-216-5858. Hey, B, can you mute out there? Got a little bit of background noise. And also, you can go to beyondmarketinglive.com/hotels. Hey, B, mute out there. I'm getting background noise. And so you can go to, thank you. So you can go to beyondmarketinglive.com/hotels to book online, or it could be hotel. I think it's plural, hotels. And get yourself booked. And if you're not sure whether you're going to be attending the event yet or not, book your hotel room now, because the negotiated discount is about to expire. We want you to be able to take advantage of that, remembering that you can always cancel within a couple days if you can't make it for any reason. All right, we look forward to seeing you at Beyond Marketing Live. The website for Beyond Marketing Live is beyondmarketinglive.com. We have a ton of incredible strategies to share with you at the event, how to market your business, how to generate unlimited leads for life in your business, and then how to outsource and delegate it all so that you can live your ideal lifestyle, doing the things that you love wherever on the planet, wherever in the world you want to do it, and living your true life adventure. Until next time, this is Davin Michaels with Bijal Parma, and we wish you the very best. Get out there and live your true life adventure. Until then, we'll see you at the event. Bye for now.